2024 has certainly been a good year for games so far. 2023 is a hard act to follow, but there's been a few games this year that have taken the internet by storm. In January, we had Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown, we had Like a Dragon: Infinite Wealth, we had Tekken 8, and Power World took over the internet for at least 2 weeks, and we also had Shrouded launch. In February, we had the Democracy Simulator Helldivers 2, Sui Persona 3 Reload, Pacific Drive, and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. And in March, we had Dragon's Dogma 2 and Rise of the Ronin. But despite all of that, I'm looking at the rest of 2024 a little differently. I wanted to go back and revisit and replay a few games from the recent years because they always seem to pop up into my day-to-day thinking about games that I want to play. So here are 7 games I want to take a look at in 2024 in between all of the other stuff that releases. Before we start, I want to revisit some of these games in videos in one form or another, so stay tuned for these in the future. I don't know when I'll get videos out about these specific games, but I'll certainly try. I have got a hankering for the wastelands of Fallout, whether that be Fallout 76, that is, funnily enough, free at the moment until the 23rd of April. You can also get it on Prime, I believe, on Twitch if you have like a Prime subscription. And I want to check out Fallout 76 because it's gone through so many different changes. But I also wanted to check out something Fallout related because later on in the month, I believe it is also the 23rd of April as well, there's the next gen update for Fallout, but there's also a massive mod launching called Fallout London, which completely overhauls the game, puts it into a UK setting, and as a British person, I would love to see what the take is of these modders. They've been working on it for quite a while, so yeah. But also, maybe just going back and replaying Fallout 4 would be something interesting to do, or maybe even finishing Fallout New Vegas. I don't really know, but I'll get back to you on that one. Purging the heretics in the name of the God Emperor is also something I would like to do in my spare time, and maybe do a video about what has changed about Warhammer 40k Darktide. I previously recovered this on my channel, and I wanted to go back and do it. I actually really loved this game at launch, and it went through a hell of a lot of changes in the last like 2 or 3 years. I think it came out in 2020, I believe, or even 2021. My memory is a little bit sketchy on that, but still, Darktide is one of those Left 4 Dead style shooters that I'll always have a lot of love for, and I think it's still on Game Pass as well, so I've been able to jump in with some friends and see where this game is exactly changed is something I liked. I really enjoyed all the classes. They've apparently expanded on it a whole bunch, and also there's like a new update that's coming out which also it changes some stuff within like one of the vendors in the game. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to have a look. But yeah, Warhammer 40k Darktide, once again, another sci-fi style game that I'm really interested in checking out at some point during 2024. I covered this next game back in January, and I had some pretty good thoughts about it, but I want to check out Shrouded again. I saw their 1.0, or like their like roadmap for early access that they had, and it looks pretty darn good. Besides the obvious performance boosts and like changes to specific bugs and such in the game, for me, some of the big ones that I've seen is Steam Deck support. I'd love to see how this runs on the Steam Deck because I had a lot of fun with the main game. Trying to get even higher FPS would also be quite nice. So being able to take it from portable version to like back to my PC would be good. Some more dungeons that they're thinking of adding and improving locations that are within the game. Also, one cool thing that I saw in the early access roadmap was portals to other servers, and I think that would be something that would be kind of cool because then I could be in my own world doing something that I want to do, and then my friend can kind of move back, and it could be something to see. And then also like server gameplay settings, the amount of loot and stuff is something that I'd like to see as well. Instance dungeons, more biomes, water, and like the world growing. At the moment, they haven't done a whole lot of extra updates, but when that hits, I'm definitely going to be checking out Shrouded again because I really loved the game. It was this mixture of like third-person action adventure game, like the crafting element and like light survival stuff, and I had a lot of fun with my friends running around in that back in January. We're in April now, which means this year has been going quite fast. Damn. This next game I have been playing for the last 2 years when they did a big update each time. It came out in 2022 and then we had an update in 2023 and we're getting the big 1.0 launch in May, and that is V Rising. I've covered this game a lot on the channel already, and the 1.0 update is adding a final new region to the game, a new enemy type. They're also doing a crossover with Castlevania, which is absolutely insane to me. I can't wait to fight Simon Belmont in it. They're also going to allow you to dress up as Alucard in the game as well. And honestly, if you've not checked V Rising out already, it's one of the best crafting-based style games that I've ever played. You can play it solo. You can put yourself into your own server for completely free and have a wonderful time. I've put 70 hours into the last 2 updates, and because I was busy with other games, I could never really finish the whole loop, but I was always waiting for the 1.0 update to hit so we could dive in and see. And I really want to do a review for this when I get my hands on the full launch, even though obviously you can play it right now. It's currently on the Steam store. It's been in early access for 2 years. I'm so excited for V Rising. It's going to be one of my games of 2024, and hopefully you guys will check it out as well. But I'm definitely going to be revisiting this in May. Democracy, liberty, and freedom is Helldivers 2. I've been playing Helldivers 2 here and there over the last couple of months since it launched, since I did those 2 videos back when it actually launched, and my opinions have pretty much stayed the same, but I really want to go back and, say, revisit or replay Helldivers, mainly to just discuss what it does so well as a live service, because it's a really fascinating topic to me. As much as I don't necessarily like live service, it's this weird microcosm that a lot of people are invested in, and people are invested in so many different live service games. But I really think Helldivers 2 does this very well, and I want to discuss that more. And man, this game is so good. I could just talk about it with friends and go and have some more moments with them, and I still laugh at the little things that you have when you jump into the game. I'm still hyped whenever we're dropping in. The amount of memes that I see everywhere, especially on like the different platforms like TikTok and Instagram with Helldivers, are great. And I think this game is probably going to be one of my favorite games of 2024, and hopefully enjoy the experience a little bit more and actually, you know, get the mechs, because I haven't even unlocked the walking mechs yet, because you just have to play a whole lot, and I just haven't really had the time to be able to put into it. So I don't even know how I'm going to have to find the time for all of this stuff in the video, but I'll find a way. Funnily enough, another game I want to take a look at this year is Starfield. It's been a good long while since we had the launch back in September, it was, of last year. And I mainly want to revisit it for the potential DLC that we're supposed to be getting and these big updates, because the game has definitely changed in public favor since it actually launched. I do still think that my opinion might hold up, but I do want to check it out because I'd like to play Fallout first and then see how different Starfield actually is, if it's actually changed anything. Because bearing in mind, Fallout 4 came out, what, 2015, 2016, sometime around there, and Starfield is pretty much almost 8 or 9 years later, something along those lines. I'm just doing quick math while I'm doing the video. But yeah, I want to see how it holds up and maybe play a little bit differently this time round and see what stuff I can do. Maybe do like a melee build or whatever it may be. But Starfield's a game that I want to check out because they've done a lot of updates as well. I believe they're in like Steam beta, and hopefully there's like a big patch that will change a bunch of stuff within the game. So Starfield's definitely on the list. These next games are pretty much my favorite sci-fi games ever. Let's talk about Mass Effect, because I'd love to do a retrospective on the series, at least like a re-review of the series to kind of discuss why it's so good, because I think Mass Effect is one of the best sci-fi RPG trilogies I've ever played, and I think it holds up to this day. I haven't played since probably 2017, where I messed around with like the original games, and then we also had Andromeda launch within that time period. Well, God, I can't remember when Andromeda launched. But yeah, we don't really talk about Andromeda when it comes to Mass Effect. But I also want to discuss Mass Effect because we're supposed to be getting a brand new one that isn't going to be around until 2029. So that's fun. I'm going to be rocking in my chair, like not being able to hear anymore. I'm going to be blind. I'm over exaggerating, obviously. But yeah, Mass Effect's on this list, and I definitely think I'll find the time at some point to play it. Who knows? I may end up having this go amiss, but I definitely have this checkered as go back and play these and talk about it for content as a video, because I never really got to when I first played through them. So yeah. A small bonus is something unexpected. Sometimes I get the need to go back and play some older games. I've been doing this with a few games at the moment. Gears of War I did this year, Hellblade I did this year, and I've got some other games that I never played as a kid because I never got like access to them. So for example, a bunch of the old Star Wars games I'd love to go and revisit, like the PS2, Xbox era, even like early 360 era, some games like that as well. I really enjoy that period of gaming. That's where I grew up a lot, and I'd love to go back and see them with a new set of eyes, I should say. I haven't changed my eyes anytime soon, but yeah, I'd love to go back and check that area of gaming out, that era, because for me that is like what some people would call like the PS1 era. Like they grew up with the PS1, or they grew up with the SNES on the N64. The 360 is where I grew up gaming, and that's where I'd love to revisit that time period. And honestly, anything else that is like old, I'd love to go and check it out. I've got obviously a whole bunch of games that are going to come out in the future. Star Wars Outlaws, No Rest for the Wicked, and you know, whatever unexpected surprises we have, I'll try and fit all of that stuff in. This is just a discussion video, really. I just wanted to talk about some games I want to play, and maybe you have some games that you want to play. If you do, leave them down in the comment section. And as always, if this video has resonated in you some way, leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel for more content, and as always, this has been Jimbo, and I'll see you guys next time.